All right, so if you follow me, you know today we all made some money off Hover. All right, and we did not. Now here's the thing. This is about kind of like diversification, right? So Hover up, Archer, Joby down, and the reason why Archer is going to be down, same industry, further along than Hover. Hover has these. Here would be Hover's aircraft, right? And they got a propeller deal. So they're gonna. This is a big step. They're gonna have someone. MT Propeller is going to be doing the propulsion and production. So this is very important because if you're going to make a product, they just design this. So they need to find these other companies that are going to be making the parts for it and whatnot, right? Hover is very early in the stages, And that's what I like to find. And that's what I like to help you guys fucking find, early stages one, because remember Archer. So now Archer is going to be down because this was back in October, people, okay? Archer's down because their first launch is going to be in they're doing the air taxis in Abu Dhabi, and let's be honest, it's not conducive for flying. I mean, it's not going to be, but the whole thing it's bad sentiment for Archer and Joby, which they're also both waiting on their approval. Archer's going to be a longer one, but Sean Duffy, he's talking about all the time. Okay, now let's move on to things. If you missed Hover, maybe you didn't believe me that I was telling people that air taxis were going to be the next thing, because maybe that did sound crazy, okay? But this also sounds crazy, okay? If you're not paying attention, but I just pay attention, people, okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you to do. North Texas company partners with Aurora to launch autonomous vehicle workforce program. Another industry that's speculative. So speculative stocks will not do well during World War III just because of sentiment. Investors get nervous. They want to put their money in gold and whatnot. Okay, I don't know why. Weeks after Aurora began, totally free, human-free 18-wheeler trucking runs between Dallas and Houston. The company is now working with Irving-based on-the-road garage to train workers on advanced vehicle technology. Dude, I'm telling you guys that I've told you about the evtols, and now I'm telling you about autonomous trucking, and this is just wonderful. To be honest, this is wonderful. And now, here's another thing, you guys. If you're new to investing, you might not understand all these ups and downs, right? Why might this happen? Lots of reasons. With Archer, like I said, Archer and Joby's up and down is there's fucking missiles flying where they're, plan to launch their commercial air taxis. Now, something that companies have is these things called earnings, okay? So when we want to look at when Aurora's earnings are, because they're not always talking about how much money they made, throughout the year. So companies do these quarterly earnings, okay? And now, that last rise that we saw from Aurora, that was when they were getting closer to their earnings, right? So their last earnings would have been, what was it? What was their last? Here, right around here. Because notice they rose and rose because as earnings approach, they get more news and stuff, or they had a deal, right? So they were right up 771. And then these would be, I want to say this is when they were launched their truck. The news got launched that they had the trucks running, or it could have been an Uber deal too, something with Uber. But anyways, now they're a month and a half away from their earnings, okay? So this might not be the exact date, it can change, but we have around July 30th. And I'm telling you people that this company, we'll go through the Grok summary here. So they began their driverless trucking operation just in April. And now we're in the middle of June, so now we might be talking revenue, okay? But they are spending all the revenue on development, obviously. They were delivering commercial loads without a human driver 75% time in quarter 2, 2024, indicating a high level of autonomy readiness. So this is the stuff that will be announced at these earnings July 30th. Don't tell me this isn't going to hype them up. By quarter 4, 2025, with regular driverless hauls on Dallas-Houston routes, Aurora could generate revenue from subscription fees or per mile charges. And don't forget, I'm still waiting for something to get announced with Emiratis, Saudis, and Qatar, because they don't want human drivers. And you have Aurora plans to expand its driverless. Now they're expanding. This is big too. Aurora is just running out of Texas. Imagine when they're running everywhere. These are the kind of companies that I like to look for, that are going to be from the ground up, dude. And they're not no fucking chumps on the street. They're partnered with Uber Freight, dude. And Uber Freight is like an Uber thing for truck drivers, where you can either find loads that you want. So if you're a truck driver, you can look on there and see if there's loads, but not anymore, because now there's going to be fucking autonomous trucks. So now if you need a load delivered, you go here, and then you can book it with Uber, and you could book an autonomous one. They did have to say they were going to put the driver in the front seat. But besides all this, dude, no matter the little controversy that Aurora truck face, it's not going to be a problem because the CEO, he came up from Google, Waymo. So this dude's legit. The whole fucking truck is legit. The whole fucking shit is legit. And I think this company is going to be huge. I really fucking do. I think it's going to be big. I think, and I almost think, if I'm being totally honest, I think that, well, Archer has military shit. Aurora could easily get military shit, now that I think about it, because why wouldn't they? Well, actually, I think the military has like another one in mind, but they're gonna do shit. They're gonna do stuff. Collaboration with Continental to produce Aurora hardware at scale starting in 2027 will support fleet expansion in 2026, enabling more trucks. That's the other thing, because obviously trucks, semi-trucks are expensive, so that's excellent. Plans to introduce night driving and operation as an advanced weather condition in the second half of 2025, dude, which could be fully implemented in 2026. We're already practically in 2026. This would increase truck utilization rates, allowing for near 24/7 operations and higher revenue per truck. Dude, I'm telling you people that they look like shit now, because their earnings are approaching and no one's really talking about them, because who really sits around talking about autonomous trucks or thinking about autonomous trucks or thinking about evtols? I fucking do. And I'm telling you people, I'm going to stock up on my Aurora. I'm going to stock it up like a motherfucker, because I think this company, I really do. It is a $1 billion market cap company here. And then the other one that I'm going to play with is AACT. Now, here's the thing, another thing that if I was going to say why I might be more bullish on, not more bullish, equally bullish, maybe a little more, slightly more. I swear I'm slightly more bullish on Aurora Trucking than I am on Archer or HOVR, because an accident. And this is why you also have to just have a diversified portfolio, because I wouldn't say get out of evtols because one of them could have an accident, but like if one of them doesn't have an accident, they're going to fucking crash. And I mean, we all are, most of you I would assume are investors for the long haul, so it's not that big of a deal. But still, if one of yours had a crash, that could be kind of a big deal. But look at Boeing. This one, so these guys are going to be merging with Kodiak, okay? So when they merge with Kodiak AI, their truck, same, but their market cap isn't as high. So I don't know what this merger will do. It's kind of like Kodiak going public. So I guess we'll just see how big people are into. And actually, to be honest, I think Kodiak Robotics, when they go to their merger, I think it'll bring light to Aurora as well. Looks to go public via SPAC deal. George Soros, that billionaire psychopath, he loves autonomous trucking. That should tell you something. And Kathy Wood, her dumbass finally has a good fucking investment there. I think this is good. But she's in the SPAC merger, but is Aurora maybe the better bet? Maybe. I think if I was going to say, I'm throwing more money at on Aurora right now for sure, because it's low as a motherfucker. This 554, this is perfect. And it looks like shit. And people might think, why are you telling me to buy this company that looks like it's going down? It's not. It's cycling and it's building for something. And I think it's going to be big. Another one that looks like shit is going to be KULR. But I just think if I go through all the shit, so KULR is going to do a reverse split. They're calling it consolidation. But I think this is good for KULR because look at Tonix Pharmaceuticals. They also did this type of shit. And another one. But anyways, wait. I'll do my mining ones. LODE also did one. And I think LODE is a decent one. NB. But wait. So KULR, this is so they can get listed on different... it creates more buying opportunities from other ones. And also, sometimes there's people out there that aren't like me. I'm the cheapest motherfucker in the world. So I'm constantly looking for the best deal in a stock. I want to grow with a stock. I don't want to pay a lot for a stock. So it's time consuming. And yes, sometimes I get fucked. But I don't think I got fucked with KULR. I really fucking don't. He's putting all the money in the Bitcoin. He has a lot of things going. Okay, KULR, let me show you. This is why I like it. And okay, if you go back into their shit from like December, my most bullish thing on KULR, my most bullish one, for real, is this company EDAM. Has them working on the data center stuff. Wait, the one in Taiwan. And they're doing data center cooling for this company. Distribution and agreement with EDAM technology to support AI ecosystem. And this EDAM is a semiconductor company, and they're in Taiwan, okay? They're a long-standing NVIDIA channel partner, okay? And Taiwan's got that semiconductor game down on lock. We barely know how to make the semiconductors. We don't really have the factory set up yet. It's going to be a whole problem, and it's going to be so much money. Stargate, that's like what Stargate is. They're going to start doing these semiconductor factories. We're supposed to move all the factories here. And I think that KULR is incredibly poised for all of this because they're working with EDAM. They're working with the best in the world on this factory technology, producing it because it gets really hot and all this stuff, and it also vibrates and whatnot. So that's one of the reasons that I think KULR, people just need to give them time. And you motherfuckers are so impatient. You just, it's like, what are you trying to do? You're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. You're not going to be a millionaire next year. We're looking at 3 to 5 years. Just 3 to 5 years. You just have to have some patience here, okay? And then KULR, SpaceX. They work with that cocksucker Elon, that ketamine motherfucker pants pisser. So that is also big. KULR, this one's from SpaceX gets U.S. approval. Where is it? Wait, this would be all their things, but they got deal with SpaceX, deals with a Texas NASA thing, the Texas Space Company, whatever they're trying to do. All these things for the batteries, and the batteries in space, dude, they're even next generation hot. So, selected by the Space Commission, received $6.7 million grant to advance next generation battery systems. I just think that KULR in their Bitcoin, I think that Michael Mose, because some people that want them to be like a company and not just like a holder or a trader of Bitcoin, because that is kind of weird. It's just something he might make. I think it's his strategy for, is KULR paying SpaceX to take their tech into space? Is SpaceX interested in Wakor? Yes, we are paying SpaceX to take our QA and battery into space 2027 alongside our ultra-low temperature battery program. Wait a minute. This one, their rideshare mission to launch their KULR One Space K1S battery in 2026 partnership worth $350 billion and will showcase KULR's battery management system. This, the battery system is designed to meet NASA safety standard. That's the other thing. They have that clearance, and they are allowed to sell it to the military. So KULR, I think they do have a military thing. So yes, actively engage with the U.S. military. Dude, come on. People just need to give them a little more chance. They have so much going on, and I think they're poised. I really do. And then, so that would be a tech one. And then I just think these guys poised like dude. And then LODE, that one's the other one. So LODE also had a reverse split and fucked some people, me included. Wait, that wasn't the reverse split, but I don't know. Oh, they acquired another company, and so this one. All right, so we're gonna have LODE trailing revenue 1.86 million, 2023 101.27, 2024 3. That's quite an increase there. And, 1.34 in billings with 0.6 million deferred. The mining segment contributed revenue through monetization of Northern District claims, expecting over 2 million in proceeds. See, I think this guy, the metal segment focused on recycling solar panels and electronics, achieved 1.34 in billings. That's a clean thing. People could feel good about that. The mining segment was the largest contributor, generating 1 million, primarily from leases, licenses, and sale of mining claims. I think that these guys, strategic moves, sale of mining claims, expanded solar panel recycling permits, driving revenue growth. There's going to be a lot of solar panels. They really, especially with China talking about the solar panel stuff, I think solar panels are going to be in. And then, of course, you're going to have an NB. And this one's going to be Neocorp. They also have plentiful room to grow. Elk Creek, revenue potential. Obviously, this one, totally in the new, not revenue making. But if we're looking for the next guys, the next big guys, and a mining company, rare earth mining company, no revenue. Look at how they drive. All NB needs is to get their project approved, and then it's quite possible they can maybe start looking something like USAR. We don't really know yet, but I'm speculating. I'm a speculating ass bitch. And I think NB, I think we have something here too. I really do. And Aurora, so if I was going to say, because people ask me, what am I most confident on? I guess not maybe LODE. I don't know. Kind of. But I'm just showing. You do want to compare revenue, but these Elk Creek is a shovel-ready, polyometric critical minerals project with the highest grade niobium resource in North America and the second largest indicated rare earth resource in the U.S. Dude, come on. And all Trumperton has to do is give the okay for the Elk Creek project, and we're going to see something really big with NB. You guys want to be so impatient. Stop being so impatient. Stop being so impatient. That's what happens. I can't believe people sold out of HOVR already. I don't know why you do this to people. You people, I'm trying to help. And then, this is not investment advice, but NB, swear, I think it's going to. HOVR, it's not even done. It's not even started yet. Aurora, not even started yet. Not even started. I feel like Aurora could end up looking like HIMS for real. And you guys don't even know, like HIMS looked that was our HIMS 2 years ago. Come on, people. Like, we are looking for companies that are going to do HIMS shit. And if we want to be, I know you guys don't like this one, but we want shit that's going to do Palantir shit, okay? Everyone's looking for the next motherfucking Palantir over here. But not maybe one that makes us go to hell. And that could be Aurora. That could be HOVR, right? I mean, the HOVR's going to be helping people get to, from when they're stuck in a mountain because they're so goddamn stupid they went up in a goddamn mountain. Aurora may or may not take up a lot of jobs, but you know what? That's something that's going to happen anyways. It's going to happen with everything, right? So, what the fuck? And something that can make us feel very good about ourselves and our hearts and our souls. Help fucking people, sick people that are hurt, people that could be us someday. That's going to be Humasite, baby. Fucking Humasite. And if I said Humasite, revenue potential, and then I'm going to say bioengineered veins. Our girl Laura, she made bioengineered veins. Beautiful. She's fucking beautiful. And this is her life's journey, because fucking shit happened to her mother. And so she founded this company 20 years ago. Look at her.
The feeling of breakthrough comes in many different
She's
flavors.
been doing this for the longest.
The concept that most people have is that there's a single aha moment, a single sort of pivotal event that makes you realize that something is possible. But
That's
I would
her
say,
hooking up her
for me,
veins
it
and
hasn't been
organs.
crystallized into a single moment. It's
Where's
often
the one-
occurred over weeks or months.
She
when
was on
I
a doctor show. Wait a minute. Is it this dude? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Well, this one's about how they started it in Ukraine. Look at it. And the best, antibiotics. That's how they got their start during wartime stuff. Prosthetics. All these things.
Opposed to a traditional PTFE graft. If you could just quickly comment.
Okay, so grafts are like Band-Aids in your body. And my mom says they have to take a piece of your own skin off to do it, and it can be not very good. And then it can also, they have to make it, and then I guess it can get infected, all sorts of things. It has a lot of complications. Not Humasite.
On where you are in the current profile of looking at the use of the HAV in dialysis patients.
We have two phase 3 trials that we've undertaken. One is in long-term follow-up, and another trial is still enrolling. This is a trial that's comparing the HAV to autogenous fistula in about 25 sites in the U.S. What our first phase 3 trial showed was that the HAV was durable and was reliably usable for dialysis after a period of 4 to 8 weeks.
Lots of people have this, right? And fistulas are fucking disgusting. And I've seen this whole documentary about Nigerian women or women in Uganda maybe, and they were all getting all these fistulas. They really need all these things. It creates a gaping hole in their bodies that fills with pus and fluids, not good. I think that Bill Gates should use his money and go help those women, but he's a cocksucker, so he won't. But this is what they're supposed to look like. And all different, she's going to make organs, okay? A groundbreaking artery replacement is developed right here in Durham. She's been doing this stuff since the longest, okay? And now we have Marty McParty. He wants this stuff. He wants to start approving things efficiently using AI. They just started their revenue. You don't see biotechs making revenue for a while. This is an amazing accomplishment. $500,000. People might not think it, but it is. And Humasite, It's going to be everything. Okay, people? I'm telling you, this one is that, who even can explain this? But they made bioengineered skins, human donor aorta, working cell stock, all these things, dude. And they're not going to stay down for long because they're also waiting on their approval so they can sell this to the military in a World War III timeline. Get out of here. They're already at these hospitals, and they also have to get this approved. So they have to get this approval thing so Medicaid can accept them. So Medicaid can pay hospitals to have it. People ask me what's my strongest conviction. Fucking homicide.